Hey YouTube, my name is Brittany. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you're looking for information about the Instacart onboarding session and maybe some information about the whole application process. So you're in the right spot. As much as I'm not one for being in front of the camera, I wanted to make this video in hopes that it would give people that are looking, possibly considering becoming an Instacart shopper, some information about the whole application process and onboarding session. I will go ahead and share with you that I applied to Instacart in February of 2017, and it is now June. So we're talking about a good 4 months. So to be honest, I really thought that they forgot about me. And I applied a couple of times, I'm not gonna even lie. And every time I would apply, I would get a text message, a text message that would say, oh, we got your application, we'll let you know when something opens up in your area. But then I would get other text messages like, oh, we have something in your area, click the link to sign up. And then I would click the link and it had to be a bug because it would basically just take me to a re-sign up page. So I'm just like, this is never gonna happen. They forgot about me. Until I got a text message last night. And the text message said that you've been selected to attend an onboarding session. And I was like, is this even real? Because I've gotten so many text messages before. And I clicked on it and it was real. And it gave me a list of times to attend an onboarding session. So I was like, let me do this now. So, because I know it's really hard to get in. So I went ahead and selected the time. And once I selected the time, it gave me a location of where my session was going to be. Now, where your onboarding is not necessarily where you're going to be or the area you're going to be working at. Because it actually took me 40 minutes to get to my onboarding location. But I'm not going to even be working in the area. So that was good to know that I just needed to go there, to get the process started. I didn't really know what to expect. But after I confirmed or selected the time that I wanted to attend the session, I got a confirmation email of the time and location. And then I got an email that had 2 links in it. One was to download the app, and the other link was an online tutorial. And you needed to complete both of them, or they said you needed to complete both of them before you attended the session. So I made sure I went ahead and did it right away. The online tutorial, fairly easy, 20-25 minutes. I ran through it a few times just because I just wanted to make sure that, I got as much information out of it as I could. It had a lot of YouTube videos in it and a few questions here or there. And then at the end, it was about 10 to 15 questions. 10 to 15 questions. And once if you answered them correctly, you got a passing score, it would then take you to another screen and that shows completion. And based on the email that they sent me, it stated that I was to show a copy of that completion email to the Instacart mentors or the training team when I attended the online session. But I never got that email. And so I went into semi-panic mode and I decided to do it again in hopes that maybe I made a mistake typing my email address in. But turns out really nobody gets that email. So if you've done the online tutorial and you never get an email, don't panic. What I did was I reached out to an Instacart expert, and they basically told me, just, just do a screenshot of the completion screen and you can just show it to the mentor when you get to the store. So that calmed my nerves. The actual tutorial was just basically going over just the basics of receiving an order, shopping, and delivering. I went over delivery versus full shopper. Delivery only means you would just go in the store into wherever you're going, say Publix, and the order would already be fulfilled, and you would go and pick it up. You would, scan the barcode, and then you would just deliver it to the customer. Versus full shopper, where you get the shopping list, you shop for the groceries, check out, and deliver them. It went over just our pay structure, which varies from city to city. It said that there was a difference for peak days, which are usually Sunday through Saturday through Tuesday, at least for my area. And then it just showed, it went over some other things like what to do when an item's out of stock, or the whole process of refunding or finding a substitution. It was just very, 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 very basic but useful. Then after I was done with that, I had already downloaded the app, and once you download the app and you log in, there's a demo session, and there'll be demo orders. I played with those a few times. I'm also an Uber Eats driver, and pretty good technology-wise, so I was pretty comfortable navigating not only the site, but navigating through the app, so that wasn't a problem. So once I did that a few times, it was just just wait until your onboarding session, which was today actually. So I get to the onboarding session. Oh, by the way, it's pretty informal. There was no big PowerPoint presentation. It was just a group of us in a room. Someone had a laptop in front of them. They just went over a few things. That was it. I got 2 Instacart lanyards, Instacart credit or debit card to use to pay for the order, and Instacart shirt, which the shirts are actually really cute. So that was fun. It was really informal. I was overdressed. I wore black pants, button-down shirt, and some wedge heels, and I got there and everybody was wearing tennis shoes and shorts. I don't know. Anyways, so yes, it was super informal. It was more of a, okay, 10 minutes, this is what you're going to be doing, and then the rest was just a Q&A session. People were asking a lot of questions, some of the same questions over and over again. My group, because I got there early, I saw a group ahead of me, and I saw a group come in after me. To be honest, a lot of the shoppers were older. Good, I say mid-50s for the most part. There were some younger people. I'm right dead in the middle, so I don't know, age-wise. Let's see. Let me look at my notes. Oh yeah. Okay. So after the onboarding session, once I had gotten questions answered and all that, I went up to one of the mentors and was saying, I just asked them, how long is the actual process, after this part, and they said that the background check, it usually is it usually takes 3 days, and so I would probably receive an email within a few hours or a day or so, confirming, that I completed the onboarding, and then, wait a few days until the background check comes back, and then, once you've been accepted and onboarded, then you'd be able to go into the app and select hours. Oh, one thing I remember. So when I first got there, the first thing I did was I signed in. I wrote my name, I wrote my phone number that's linked to my Instacart account. I wrote down the zone that I prefer to work in, and then my earliest start date. And then 15 minutes after that, that's when I got my cards, my shirt, and my lanyards. So yeah, she told me, it could be, a few days. You guys, within 2 minutes of walking, I literally walked down the stairs from because I was upstairs for my session. Before I got outside the door, I got a text message that said, basically, congratulations. And I got an email with my background check that it cleared, and confirmation that I was now fully onboarded as an Instacart shopper. So I'm talking about super fast process. So I'm like, you know what, let me log into this app since it says that I'm onboarded. I log into the app. I already have access to add hours. I added hours before I even left the parking lot. So my first shift starts on Sunday. I do like that you can just go in the app, select the days and the times that you want to work. It's really easy to navigate. One thing that they did, emphasize in the training was that, you're free to work when you want. But if you select hours and something comes up and you need to cancel them for whatever reason, make sure you do so within 6 hours before your shift. Otherwise, you'll be penalized for not going through with your shift. Because, if you can't do your shift, then they got to find someone else to cover it. In the session, they talked about, some good shopping tips. If you get your order and they have a you're getting a sandwich, say, from the deli. When you get there and there's a lot of people, if there's a line, you can download say, for instance, Publix. You can download their app and order the sandwich and go and complete the rest of your shopping, and you can come back at the end and pick it up to save time. Other tips, make sure you put all your produce in bags, even bananas. Make sure you scan every item. If it doesn't have a barcode or it doesn't scan, make sure you take a picture. Other things they talked about was the actual uniform. So you either wear your shirt or your lanyard. You're not required to wear both, but you do want to wear one or the other, for security purposes. So people in the store know that you're, working for Instacart. They talked about the use of the card, which seems pretty easy to use. And basically told us that, you're never really alone. If you run into an issue while you're shopping, you can always reach out to one of them, or you can reach out to the Instacart, basically like help desk, but you only want to do that if it's an emergency. I'm not saying there's no possibility of not running into any problem, because I'm sure there will be issues. But if you run through that demo a few times, I think you'll have a good idea of how the app actually works. It's really user friendly. So if you're, you love to shop, but you're not too thrilled about using your phone, don't worry. It's really easy to use. I wrote down a few other things. I just want to double check. Sorry, guys. So basically, I got several text messages from them before my onboarding session and afterwards to confirm everything. I'm set to schedule. I'm scheduled to work starting on Sunday. They did go over how the scheduling works and how you select your time to work for the following week. And early access versus regular access. And that was pretty much it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and I'll answer them as quickly as I can. I hope that this was useful. I may or may not make another video to document my first day or a few days, but I might. So, like I said, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I hope this was helpful. Bye.